Hi. So, I thought I'd just jump on here, just have a little bit of a personal jump and just let everybody know, like, why am I going through these little phases? I mean, it seems like I'm still a little bit of that young heart kid that goes through phases and different types of stress. So let me get myself situated. To the point where I've seen all different types of stuff going around, I will continue to just talk about all the different stuff on my channel. And this channel doesn't go the way it is without my editor and without their family and without Starfleet Productions, and most of all without you people that have helped me go through the ways here. We live in this area called Central Pennsylvania. That's where we're at here. In a term, you could take a Fortnite shotgun and point it directly in the center of Pennsylvania, and that's what you get. It's kind of like 5-6 counties. We are our own brand. This area doesn't get out that often unless there is a handful of families in this area who have 9 figures and make trips to Belize every 10 minutes. You see them mowing their grass. 5 minutes later, they're on a plane to Kyoto. So it's just funny to see all these people who, there's a lot of people in the world that are struggling. They bust their butt. They work hard. They want to save a couple bucks and make a trip, make a cruise for themselves. Anyway, this is a time where I probably need to talk about people. This is a time where I talk about some of the phases I've gone to. But in a sense, it is story time. And I haven't done one of those in near the beginning of this channel. And it was about realistic, stupid stuff like who is Jimmy Jam? It was from the very beginning of this channel. You can go find it. I'll pin it for you. But at the same time, there was also the time where we saw all the stuff from Will and Jada. The time where we are all Gen X and the boomers, we are all older than Google. Anxiety and depression. I had a stupid imitation of Raymond Reddington. But at the same time, if it's not for you people that got me to that number right there, 1,000 subs, I finally got it. The Club Life videos did help out a lot because I will continue to talk about those days and Gen X days as well. And even my times of messing around with the millennials and Gen Z. And remember, it's not all millennials. The early millennials, they share Gen X's feels. No question about that. So with that, this is going to be like a story time type of thing of what phases I'm going into and what I'm going to still do with the channel. And then I jump back and look up again, and there's that subscribe button. Hit that if you want to still be on this journey that you people have helped me on for almost 2.5 years. So I finally got to 1,000. How about we get to 1,500? How about we get to 2? That is on me, my editor, Starfleet Productions, and it's also on you to thank, and for me to thank you for helping me get to where I am. Story time. Let's jump right into this, and as I said, there's that subscribe button. You want to hit that if you want to be alerted for anything new that comes across here in Jimmy Jam sessions as we're pushing for the summer. But in a way, I don't want to make this, as I also say this all the time, don't want to make this like erratically long, but what have I been going through? First of all, for me, work is fine. I still like to talk about the other place. My older sister likes to get on my case about my previously place of work, and me talking about it and blabbing about jokes about it and everything like that. Well, first of all, if you never happened with all the stuff that happened to me at the previous place, you probably might want to just let it go and whatever and like that. And it's probably what I should do. So this video is basically going to go about it's not necessarily about what makes me tick, but it is story time. Like, why do I talk about the other place? Because it cost me 20 years of my previous work life. I was supposed to be higher up, and then there was a lot of condescending people and people that were in charge of me and putting me in pretty much a ball and chain. But at the end of the day, we always have to be faithful where we're at. We have to hold faith in whatever God we praise and whatever, and it's everybody's preference. But I had to be pretty much very, very strong-minded with thick skin to finally get the opportunity to leave in 2019 and finally be into a place where I'm actually very happy with. And as great as crazy as it is, and as ironic as it is, Foot Locker Champ Sports got bought out by Dick's Sporting Goods. And I turned and I looked at a couple co-workers and I'm like, I didn't realize they had much money. I didn't know they had much money. Nonetheless, you think about it and then you realize things happen for a reason. And I have a friend of mine, an old B-boy, that still likes to get on my case every once in a while about let the past go, and he's not wrong. Things happen for a reason. I mean, there are many people in my life that have moved on and are very happy with their lives, regardless of what they do. But that is in most places in my life. There are many phases in my life that I've dealt with. So story time definitely happens. I mean, how do I continue pushing at 51 years old when it's kind of a thing for everybody else who can be in my shoes or in anybody else's? I'm 51 and single, no kids, and I'm happy. Would I want to be in a relationship? Of course. But I also know there have been a lot of things that happened in the past that the dots don't connect, the chain doesn't connect, and it never has. Have I missed opportunities? Who hasn't? And then there's going to be people that are going to look at you dead in the face and go, well, I didn't lose a chance. Me and my wife, we've been together for 28 years, since 9th grade in high school. We've been high school sweethearts, and we've been married, and we have 2 kids, and they're already in college, and we're doing our thing, and we're going to Jamaica next week. Congratulations. Meanwhile, there's many people that will say, well, you got cheated on. You got cheated on for a reason. Nobody wants to hear those people. Those are evil people in the world. Not just the person, not just the person that plays you, but the person that are basically just telling you, yeah, I'm sorry that happened, but there's a reason it happened. Pick yourself up, dust yourself up, and move on. I don't know if you need those people in life, but in a sense, there is so much that I would like to kind of get out and do before I'm done. And in a way, I'm kind of in the late to the party. Like, here I am. I've never flown on a plane. I've never been on a cruise. I don't have a passport. I can easily get a passport and go online or whatever, and you can get your passport so that I can do a lot of different things, and hopefully soon. And I know things take time, things take money, and money is just out of the wazoo because of the world and the presidency that we live in, and I don't vote. But in a sense, if people save up a couple bucks, you can go on a 5-day cruise. You can take that weekend trip and get on a train and take a weekend trip, as long as I get back in time to go to work on Monday. There's people that take trips all the time, but there's also people that like to brag to everybody about what they did, and there's also people that will tell you to your face, dude, I wish you would just, and I get this a lot. I wish you would just take 5 minutes out of your time, 5-10 minutes, go on your laptop, put in your stuff for a passport, and go somewhere for a weekend. It's easy to get in your truck or your car and go somewhere for a weekend, as long as you get back to work on Monday. Stuff takes time. Gas is ironically ridiculous. Hotels are ridiculous. Every place now is almost getting ruined by Gen X, or not Gen X, but Gen Z millennials, because you got all those raids on the beaches and all that. People go to Outer Banks like it's nothing. Myrtle Beach like it's nothing. Disney World like it's nothing. They go up top, they'll go to Canada like it's nothing. Niagara Falls, they'll go across the country. As long as you get back to work on Monday, everything takes time and money, and you plan on it. And if you have enough PTO, or you're willing to sacrifice and get yourself rode up for a red and just make the trip just to make your just to make your peace of mind feel a lot better. And then when you go back to work, you're ready to rock. There's a lot of things I have never done. So that's something I probably need to start thinking about down the road. And then I have to listen to everybody's visions and everybody's views, and then they'll tell me, well, it's your life, you do what you want. Well, of course it's my life, but everybody's in positions in their life where they can do those. I'm not. After 20 years of being in a place where I wasted my work life, this is like a side gig to me, but I do enjoy it because it does help out my anxiety, and does help out depression, and does help out getting me to go out. I'm not a TikToker, and I have people on that talk to me on TikTok saying I should just jump on there. But that's not my platform. This is, and I'll jump on Instagram once in a while, and basically Facebook is the same way. So pretty much flying is one thing I gotta do. I gotta do a cruise for myself. I gotta get my passport. all that is money. And yes, it's really easy to do. I don't know why you're waiting for it. Well, then I'm going to have to get a real ID, and that means going to the DMV and all that stuff and whatever, because this is Central PA. Not a lot of things happen in Central Pennsylvania, and if they do, it's just like Vegas. Whatever happens here stays here, and everyone knows it. So why is it that I want to do all these things? Well, first, it's the experiment. For example, when I was younger and doing the club days, we always talked about we need to go to the cities. We need to go to. I would go to a rave over in the Netherlands one night just to say I did it. Go to London to the clubs. Go to Ireland for the clubs, and because the club atmosphere in Europe is amazing, never got a chance to do it because it's money. And plus, there's many people that I've known that said the second I go over the pond, I'm not coming back. I am now 51 and I'm still half of a gamer, and I played the Yakuza series from Yakuza 0 all the way to Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth, and that whole entire time I'm trying to learn Japanese. I still don't know half the stuff. So I'm having a little bit of a kick right now, trying not really speaking Japanese, but the culture over there, I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't know if I'd do it in Japan or Korea or China. I don't know. I don't really have a preference. It's not like, JJ has an Asian thing. There's a lot of people who do. I'm not saying I do, but it's kind of kicked me a little bit. But that also gets everybody that I know that I've ever known the last 30 years, they get on my case about little things. Well, we get on everybody else's cases as we get older. And it's partially about mental health. It's partially about physical health. And we just get on everybody's case, and it's a fun thing. It really is. You can laugh at me. I really don't give a rip. So someday I'll get a chance to do all that. So it's kind of a little bit story time. But it's also a thing where I had my 30-year anniversary, 30-year class reunion, and only 7-8 people showed up, and we were toying about trying to go find people and toilet paper their house. But in a sense, I think about all those people, and even the people that I knew outside of town that I also ran around with, because there were people in my graduating class and in that school that did not want me to have any friends and did not want me to have anything. And it's kind of like I had to escape to find, and I'm fortunate now at my time that I keep in touch with probably half of my class, and some of them reach out and say hi, and it's a great thing. But there's still people out there that still are out for themselves. Like, I wish I could talk to more, and I'll say this and I'll shut everything down soon. I wish I could talk to more of my graduating class. I wish I could talk to more people from my hometown just to say, hi, how are you? And I don't want to be looked at like an adolescent child. Our class doesn't talk to our valedictorian. She was in my class and she wasn't really picked on. She was one of the smartest people I've ever met. And she was in my business class, and she was the valedictorian, not the high end, not the high class. I have no contact with her. Nobody does, and maybe that's a good thing. But in a sense, I like to speak out to more people from my hometown. I'm not like a certain human that I grew up with for almost 80% of my life over the road, who can't stand everybody from their hometown, and he went out and moved somewhere else. But he doesn't want me, but he'll look at me as a hypocrite because I continue to reach out and talk to people from my hometown. Because I've said it many times before, my class of 93, regardless of everything that happened, regardless of the people that were against me and on my case, they're still my brothers and sisters from all those days. And I will always treasure those, because if it wasn't for them, I'm not who I am today. Not necessarily the things of, the opportunities that I passed when I was in my 20s, in my 30s, and the crap that happened with 2 bad relationships. I don't deal with all that stuff if it wasn't for the stuff that happened in high school. And I'm blessed to stand there and sit here and tell stories like this. So it's a story time video. But at the same time, it's like I would rather, like everybody, it's not like no one's ever going to get along with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody. But I can sit here and straight up tell you that I'm happy where I'm at. Can I be happier? Absolutely. Do I want opportunities? Yes. Does it mean I have to put some work in? Probably. And I may have to go out and meet people, get phone numbers. I'm going to have to take a couple L's to get that. Well, one more L means it's much closer to my happiness. But in a sense, when you're around good people and you have good people in your life, keep those around. You need those people in your life just to keep you upbeat and keep you focused of the good things that can happen now that we're in our mid part of our life, our midlife crisis. So some people are in the greatest time of their lives where they're grandparents, they have the good job, they're almost to retirement, and I'm a free spirit that is happy where I'm at, and I would like to do more things, but it may take effort. And with the help of you guys, I hope we can all get a chance to do that down the road. And I cheer for everyone down who's watching this video. I cheer for my friends back home. I cheer for people who are around this area. That includes my editor who's practically his people, my second family, and the people that I was dancing and breaking with many, many eons ago. So I will shut the bar down and say, you got a chance to hear some stories of what I'm dealing with now, but it's fun. It's a fun little comedic thing that I get to throw at you. And until then, just remember to keep your head up. I mean, it's the Casey case of keep your head up high and keep reaching for the stars and whatnot. Dude, there's a thing in the world where we're like, just keep the best people you have. If you have a small circle, keep that circle close to you. And there's that old saying that just don't stay in the past too long. It's one thing to reminisce about the past, but don't stay in it too long. They say the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason.